Have you ever stopped to consider the sheer power of your imagination? It's a tool, a resource, a boundless realm that we carry within us, and yet, so often, it's an aspect of ourselves we overlook. But not today. Today, we delve into the fascinating world of imagination, a world that shapes our perception of the reality around us, and is a driving force behind innovation and progress. Our imagination is our personal architect, creating blueprints for our future. It allows us to visualize possibilities, to anticipate and plan. It's the birthplace of ideas, the playground of innovation, and the crucible where we forge our dreams. But the power of imagination is not a modern phenomenon. It's been the driving force behind human progress for centuries. Let's take a brief journey through history and meet some of the great thinkers who harnessed the power of imagination. Consider Albert Einstein, a man whose name is synonymous with genius. His theory of relativity was not born from formulas and equations, but from a simple imaginative thought experiment. What if you could ride a beam of light? Then there's Leonardo da Vinci, an artist and an inventor, a man centuries ahead of his time. His imagination gave us the preliminary designs for inventions like the helicopter, the parachute, and even the tank. His imaginative prowess didn't just give us the Mona Lisa, it gave us a glimpse into the future. And let's not forget Steve Jobs, a visionary who imagined a world where technology would be an extension of ourselves, enhancing our lives in ways we never thought possible. His imagination brought us the iPhone, a device that revolutionized our interaction with technology. These are just a few examples of how imagination has shaped our world. These great thinkers dared to imagine, dared to dream, and in doing so, they changed the world. Each of them started with nothing more than an idea, an image in their mind's eye. They used their imagination as a tool, a guide, a source of inspiration. Just like these great thinkers, each of us has the power to use our imagination to shape our world. But how does that work? Stay tuned to journey further into the power of your imagination. So, what's the science behind our imagination? Well, let's dive right into it. Imagination is primarily a function of the brain, specifically handled by a network of regions known as the default mode network, or DMN for short. This network comes alive when we're not focusing on the outside world and the mind is at rest. It's during this time that we daydream, reminisce about the past, think about the future, and yes, imagine. But imagination isn't just about conjuring up images of mythical creatures or fantastical worlds, as exhilarating as that may be. It plays a crucial role in our cognitive processes too. Take problem solving for instance. When faced with a complex issue, our minds often create various scenarios, exploring different solutions before settling on the most effective one. That's your imagination at work, aiding you in navigating through life's challenges. For instance, imagine you're a scientist trying to develop a new vaccine. You'd have to envision how the vaccine would interact with the human body, anticipate potential obstacles, and conceive strategies to overcome them. Without a robust imagination, such a task would be near impossible. Imagination also plays a key role in empathy, our ability to understand and share the feelings of others. When we read a novel or watch a movie, we're often transported into the character's world, experiencing their joys, their sorrows, their struggles. We're able to do this because our imagination allows us to create a mental simulation of their experiences, helping us empathize with them. Consider the last book you read that moved you. You were not just passively absorbing words on a page, but actively creating a world inside your mind, feeling what the characters felt. That's the power of imagination. So, while it's fun to dream up whimsical worlds and fantastical creatures, let's not forget the more practical aspects of imagination. It's not just a source of entertainment, but a tool for problem solving, a catalyst for innovation, and a bridge to empathy. Clearly, our imagination is more than just daydreaming. It's a tool that we can use to better understand and navigate our world. Now that we understand the power of imagination, how can we harness it? It's a question that has the potential to transform our lives, and the answers are more accessible than you might think. Let's first consider reading, a simple yet profound activity. When we immerse ourselves in a book, we're not just passively consuming words on a page. We're actively creating worlds in our minds. We're stepping into the shoes of characters. We're exploring new ideas and perspectives. Think about a time when you finished a good book and felt as if you had lived 1,000 lives. That's the power of imagination at work. In addition to reading, learning new things can significantly fuel our imagination. Each new piece of information we acquire is like a puzzle piece, adding to the grand picture of our understanding. For instance, if you've ever learned a foreign language, you might have experienced the thrill of dreaming in that language for the first time, That's your imagination, taking your new knowledge and weaving it into your consciousness. Challenging our own beliefs is another potent way to harness the power of imagination. When we question our assumptions, we're forced to imagine alternatives, to consider different viewpoints. Consider the story of a scientist who, after years of believing in a particular theory, discovers a piece of evidence that contradicts it. Instead of clinging to his old beliefs, he imagines a new theory, one that accommodates this new piece of evidence. In doing so, he doesn't just advance science, he also exercises and strengthens his imaginative muscle. By fostering our imagination, we can improve our problem-solving skills, empathy, and even our happiness. When we solve problems, we're essentially imagining different solutions and picking the best one. When we empathize with others, we're imagining ourselves in their shoes. And when we're happy, it's often because we're able to imagine a future that's bright and full of potential. So whether it's through reading a captivating novel, learning a new skill, or challenging your own beliefs, remember to harness the power of your imagination. It's a tool that can unlock a world of possibilities. Let's see the power of imagination in action. To truly grasp the impact of imagination, let's dive into a few stories of individuals who have harnessed its power to create innovative solutions and to enhance their lives. Consider the story of Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. With no background in fashion or business, she imagined a different kind of undergarment that could smooth lines under white pants. She used her savings, researched patents, and went door to door to hosiery mills until one finally took a chance on her. Today, Spanx is a billion-dollar company, all because of Sarah's imaginative solution to a common problem. Then, there's Elon Musk, a man who imagined a world where electric cars are not just an alternative, but the standard. Despite numerous setbacks and challenges, he persisted. Today, Tesla is a leader in the electric vehicle industry, pushing the boundaries of what's possible and inspiring a global shift towards sustainable transportation. And let's not forget about J.K. Rowling, who was a struggling single mother when she first imagined the world of Harry Potter. She didn't let her circumstances limit her imagination. Instead, she used it as fuel to create one of the most beloved and successful book series in history, forever changing the landscape of children's literature. These stories are not just about success, they are about the power of imagination. They show us that imagination isn't just about daydreaming or wishful thinking. It's a tool we can use to solve problems, create solutions, and make our lives better. Imagination is not confined to the realms of art or literature. It's in the scientific breakthroughs, the technological innovations, and the social reforms that shape our world. It's in every person who dares to dream of something better, who sees not just what is, but what could be. As these stories show, our imagination can lead to amazing things. The power of imagination is in your hands. We've explored the wondrous landscape of imagination, delved into the science that underpins it and witnessed it in action. Now it's time to bring it all together and remind ourselves of the key takeaways. Imagination is not just a frivolous act of the mind. It is a powerful tool that can transform not only your life but the world around you. It's the engine that propels innovation, the compass that guides us through uncharted territories, and the magic dust that turns the mundane into the magnificent. How then do we harness this power? It begins with a conscious decision to engage our mind's eye, to look beyond what is apparent and venture into the realm of possibilities. It requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to make mistakes. It may seem daunting at first, but remember, every great journey begins with a single step. Start small. Daydream. Let your mind wander. Imagine a world where your wildest dreams come true. Picture yourself achieving your goals, overcoming obstacles, making a difference. The more vividly you imagine, the more real it becomes. But don't just keep it to yourself. Share your imagination with others. Collaborate, inspire, and be inspired. You never know, your imagination might be the spark that ignites a revolution. For the power of imagination is not confined to the individual. It is a collective force that can bring about change on a grand scale. Embrace your imagination. Nurture it. Let it soar. For it is not just an escape from reality, it is a pathway to a better one. And remember, it's not just for your benefit, it's for the benefit of those around you. For a world touched by the power of imagination is a world filled with wonder, joy, and endless possibilities. Remember, your imagination is a powerful tool. Use it wisely. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring content like this.